Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach, along with my partner in crime, Mr. Adi Wally Apata. We got two guests in the building with us today to talk about the Chicago Bulls. We got my main man, James Black, in the building, and we got my main man, Bird, in the building as well. Big show, mid-season report, going into All-Star break. But before you do that, make sure you go subscribe to that YouTube page, Spectator Sporting. Previous shows, this show will be up soon, so go ahead and check it out. Now let's get into it. The Chicago Bulls. Low expectations coming into the season, but got a new coach, Billy Donovan. And now all of a sudden, they are actually in the playoff hunt. I don't think none of us expected them, well, except for me, except for James. He expected it, but I don't think none of us really expected it. The Bulls have had tons of injuries. Wendell Carter missed a few games. Marketing has been out for a long time. Otto Porter's been out, but they still been able to compete, and that's a salute to Billy Donovan. So now going forward, I'm gonna start with you, Bird. What needs to improve? Going into the second half of the season, right now the Bulls are 15 and 18. They was in the 6th seed. I think they went back down.
Oh, yeah, they down. They went down to like 9, 10.
9, 10, right. So, but they're right in the mix. They're right in the mix. The East has not been good this year for whatever reason. I know you had injuries. We've had the COVID problems. People had to sit out games. But the Knicks are number 4 in the East, and they're like 17 and 17. So the Bulls is literally right there. Yeah. They are a 5-game winning streak from really jumping into the playoff race for real. But Bird, explain, going into the second half of the season, what do the Bulls really need to improve on?
First and foremost, defense. You know, they definitely got to learn how to really lock down defensively. Like they pretty much. They can play with anybody. They can score with anybody. It seems like, it's like they have games where it's always a barn burner and they're scoring 135 points, but it's like can't stop a nosebleed. So I think defense number one first and foremost. I think they need more consistency with their ball movement. People need to get a little more defined in their roles and their spots and stuff like that. And lastly, it's the dream part. I wish they can do something to get us another premier type player. The player that I wish we can get is Karl Anthony Towns. I would love to see Cat come to the Bulls, and because I was just looking at Minnesota. They got 7 wins. So but we don't have the assets to get them. No, I don't think. But it would be nice. You know what I'm saying? But them the things though, defense and consistency and moving that ball around, and I think the Bulls, they'll make it interesting, definitely, in that little spot. They're gonna make it interesting anyway, but they gotta get themselves at least in that 10th spot. I think they dropped to the 11th, but that's neither here nor there.
It's like 1 or 2 games.
One or two wins, they'd be number 6 again. It's kind of weird, man.
So you definitely right about that. They definitely got to improve on their defense. James, same question to you. Going into the second half of the season, what are you looking for the Bulls to improve on?
I agree with Bird and you. Defense, for sure, number one, they need to improve on that because they outscoring a lot of teams. They scoring a lot of points, but they're not stopping a lot of teams. And another key part for me is the turnovers. They need to take better care of the basketball. Because what happens with a lot of those turnovers, the other team is going the other way, and you got a quick 4 to 5 point conversion when you could have scored, but you didn't because you gave the ball up. Now they went the other way for a 3 or a 2 very easily. So if they improve on their defense and improve on their taking care of the ball and turnovers, we'll see this Bulls team blossom like nobody, even myself, would even have expected this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the theme is defense. Play some defense and protect the ball. All right, same question to you. Going to the second half, what are you looking for? What are you looking for the Bulls to improve on?
Well, we need the Bulls to get and stay healthy. That's what we need, man. Lloyd Marketing was on pace to have career highs in points, field goal percentage, and 3-point percentage, averaging 19 points, 51% from the field, and 39% from downtown. But the man hasn't played in over a month because he sprained his shoulder against the Orlando Magic. And so last season, Lloyd Marketing missed 15 games because of a hip injury. The season before that, he missed 30 games because of an elbow injury. If Lloyd Marketing can finally stop getting hurt and increase his rebound numbers, he'll be clearly the second best player on the Chicago Bulls team. Now, you also got Otto Porter Jr. This guy, he had back spasms, so he hasn't played since February 1st, but when he was healthy for the 16 games he did play, he was playing solid, averaging 11 points, shooting 40% from downtown, 6 rebounds, but this is his last year of his contract, $28 million. He needs to prove to the NBA that he can stay healthy, he can look better, he don't have to be fancy on the bench with his expensive clothes.
He be fresh on the bench.
You know what I'm saying?
That's one fresh
all night long, boy.
He got a lot to prove, man. Stay healthy out of Porter Jr. You know, he's a nice contributor off the bench.
But if he was making $28 million to eat peanut butter and jelly and breakfast.
Right.
Man, the man, he's stealing money right now. Stealing money. And finally, Wendell Carter Jr. Okay. This guy, he missed 11 games because he injured his quadricep in practice, but he's healthy now. However, he looks fidgety out there. He doesn't look fluid, confident, or decisive out there on the court. He'll be wide open for the J, but he won't even think about shooting a shot. And he's fumbling too many passes from his teammates in the paint. And if Wendell Carter Jr. continues to look like a backup center, I think the Bulls this offseason going to look at Andre Drummond, going to have to make a strong push for him. Drummond will be a free agent after the season. The Cleveland Cavaliers are going to trade him or buy him out of his contract.
In the words of Denny Green, they are who we thought they were. Wendell Carter is who I thought he was.
Yeah.
A marginal big man that the Bulls like to fucking draft, man. That's what they love. They love them. They love those. And every year people be like, no.
I think they got him under that old regime still. It wasn't this management that got him. It wasn't AK. So hopefully AK gonna get rid of this guy or something.
Well, I'm not giving up hope on him, man. You know, I feel like he got a second half.
Listen, this is what I'm gonna say. When the Bulls first got him, I was never happy with it. I just got content with it. But I was like, man, why? And a lot of I see people, oh, he ain't no damn Bobby Porter. It's like it'd be hilarious when people be coming with these analyses. I'm like, but you right though. He ain't no damn Bobby Porter.
I
wish we had Bobby.
I definitely take Bobby over.
But he's still a young guy. And he's gonna be what he's gonna be. He's gonna be serviceable. He's gonna play 10 to 15 years in the NBA for 5-6 different teams. But
So, but I just want the Bulls to get healthy. Wendell Carter, it would be amazing if he can just resurrect his career. But just Lauri Markkanen, Otto Porter Jr. Get healthy, stay healthy, and we'll see what we can do.
Yep.
The question you gotta ask yourself about Lauri Markkanen. Markkanen is a talent. We all know that, but he can't stay healthy.
Right,
His contract is coming up. He turned down the contract offer. I mean, or they didn't offer.
They didn't offer him.
I'm sorry, my apologies. They didn't offer him a contract already, and now he's got hurt. Now, like you say, he was starting to come up to his own. Now he's hurt again. Is Markkanen dependable?
He has to be. I think they need to keep Lauri Markkanen. I think because he's showing that. He can be the second best player on the team. I think he had bad luck with the injuries. I think they need to. We'll see what happens in the second half. The second half is going to be very.
I got a different opinion. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I want to hear yours.
I mean, as much as I like the potential of Lauri Markkanen, all those factors of him never being healthy, and what's this third, fourth? How many years?
This is fourth season.
This is fourth season.
This is fourth out.
I think the Bulls not offering him an extension for a reason because they're like, well, if he don't show us that level of consistency we're looking for, then we're gonna have to take that dough and offer it to somebody else. And I mean, now you don't just piss on him like forget you out of here, but if you have a better option, then you go with
that better option.
I wouldn't just lock him up like, all right, we're not going to get a better guy than this. Like, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't strap myself to the dude either.
I feel you, but I mean, Lauri Markkanen is about 23 years old. He's young. He's a young cat. He probably just had some bad luck with injuries.
Hey, I'll say, but he's got hurt a lot as a.
You know what?
He's got hurt a lot as a youngin.
The Washington Wizards thought that same thing when they gave Otto Porter that $28 million. He's a young guy. He's going to play himself into this $28 million. No, he hasn't.
So
we got it.
Yeah, it's a tough situation because marketing is a talent, and don't get me wrong. A lot of teams would like to have a Lloyd Marketing on their team because he's a 7 foot who can shoot the 3. He's tall. He can rebound sometime.
We went dreaming off the full potential of what he could be.
But he's got to show that he can play a season, and he has not shown.
It's his fourth.
So do we lose him for nothing, or do we try to trade him, or what do we do?
I don't know what you
say. I say keep him.
I say keep him. Trade. Keep him. If you can get something, but
if you get something real good,
if he walk, he walk. But the Bulls. That means the Bulls got that money to sign the free agent.
Somebody else.
And it is Chicago, and God willing, we making the playoffs, it'll look like a more attractive destination.
Yeah, it definitely will.
I believe in marketing. I think they should keep him.
I like marketing too. He just gotta stay on the floor. That's what's bothering me. He cannot stay on the floor because right now.
Therefore, I don't trust paying him a lump sum of money.
Because think about it, if he's playing these games right now, the Bulls are 15-18. They probably got 4 more wins. With Marketing.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to think about.
Yeah.
All y'all make good points of what the Bulls need to prove in. You said it for me, Adi. I'm not even gonna name Wendell Carter. I'm just gonna say inside defense.
Presence,
Inside presence on defense. They are getting manhandled and destroyed by every big man that they play against.
Joker did that.
That's why we need that guy that I want.
Joker's moving negative 1 miles per hour. He just scored 39 points and 16 boards.
You got it. The interior defense of the Bulls is a serious issue.
You're not winning.
I think we can get in the game right now and go down low and make some points on the Bulls and get some.
You're not winning the NBA championship without some positive and consistent play from your big man.
Yeah, definitely.
Period.
Yeah.
It's going through Anthony Davis. To get out the East, you got to get at least through fucking Joel Embiid. Then when you get to not that DeAndre Jordan's to the top, but you know what I'm saying, Kevin Durant 7 feet. They got a big ass team.
Bam Adebayo.
Like you have to have a big that at the very least
Julius Randle. So I agree. So that to me that's where it starts at. You got interior defense is what they are lacking.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I mean, look, you're not gonna top in today's NBA. They're not gonna stop teams. No one can stop teams from scoring.
Nobody.
Right. You know, it's just they're so talented right now. People shoot so good.
You don't even get the timely play.
It's just, but the interior defense has to get better. If they don't get better, then it's just gonna be the same thing for the Bulls. Let's talk Jimmy. Jimmy.
Jimmy's cool.
Let's talk about Zach LaVine. What has Zach LaVine been to for you this year? What have you seen? What have you liked about Zach LaVine this season?
For me this year, Zach has improved his field goal percentage. Even though he's missed a few game-winning shots, he still has shown that he can shoot at a good percentage. And he's shown to me on the defensive end, it isn't like superb and the best, but it's much better than what he has shown in the past, with showing me effort. And the guy's still young. He's only trying to get better. And he finally got his all-star nod, something that he had been working so hard for. And what I'm seeing from Zach this year is Zach is becoming a leader, and he's becoming someone that the Bulls can depend on to get that motor going, to get the team going, because he can get his whenever. As we see, Zach can come in and say, I'm finna score 15 right now for the next 10 minutes, and he'll do that.
He will.
He'll give you that 35, that 40. He'll come out and do that. But what he's learning how to do is get other people involved and then pick his spots when he's gonna go ahead and go on his little streak, which helps the team get better. So I'm seeing a big improvement in Zach LaVine. He was the #1 guy I was saying that needs to get this team going when we had our preseason show. So Zach is, kudos to Zach, man. I just want to see him keep getting better. Don't stop now, boys, man. I want to see him put that foot to the gas, pedal to the metal, and keep it going. He only get better, man. That's what I want to see from Zach.
Yeah, Zach LaVine is he's been spectacular this season.
Zach has been awesome.
Bird, what do you like about Zach LaVine making his first All-Star this year? What do you like about Zach LaVine so far this season?
I mean, his consistency. #1, like he's showing, it's not no couple game things. Like I don't do this for a couple stretch of games and then fall. You know what I'm saying? He's been really consistent with his production, and far as his All-Star selection, you know, it's about damn time for him to be an All-Star.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of players, talented players, man. I can name a bunch of great players that never even made it to the All-Star team, man. He's fortunate to make it, considering that we still not a playoff team, so to speak, but he got the team in the hunt. And he's playing, like you say, so spectacular that, you know, you can't deny the man no more.
Yeah.
You know, really should be his second All-Star. They should have, you know, they should have gave him the nod in Chicago, but I guess the team was so bad.
Yeah, the team was so
It was kind of hard to overlook that. But I love everything I'm seeing out of Zach. I mean, you know, you can't expect to see perfect basketball, but for him to be a 25, 26-year-old player, fifth-year player, you know, I'm seeing the leader, you know, evolve in him. And I definitely see the dog. He want to win more than anything.
Yep.
And it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time of the Bulls growing as an organization. But, you know, he's a keeper.
No question about it. All right, same question to you. What's impressed you the most about Zach LaVine this season, making his first All-Star team?
Well, yeah, he's averaging a career high in every single category this season, except steals and blocks. But as we film this show right now during the New Orleans Pelicans game, the last game before their All-Star break, Zach LaVine is #1 amongst shooting guards in field goal percentage.
Wow. Yeah.
He's shooting 52% from the field. Right. Now his defense is
45 from 3 too. Huh?
Yeah, 45. Yeah. He's the best shooting guard. You know, he's efficient. That's what I like the most about him. And you know, his defense is improving. And we look at Bradley Beal and the man from Phoenix, Devin Booker, they're not lockdown defenders, and they still established themselves as superstars in the NBA. So I'm not going to hold that too much against them. And here's why the Bulls' new vice president, A.K. Karnisovas, needs to sign Zach LaVine to a contract extension right now, because if Zach LaVine continues his excellent play and decreases his turnovers, and the Bulls get healthy and start to be one of the biggest pleasant surprises in the second half of the NBA season, Zach LaVine could make the All-NBA team and qualify for the Supermax contract extension. So the Bulls, if they want to save some money with the salary cap, they need to sign him right now, because Zach LaVine, there's a chance that he can make the All-NBA team and qualify for that Supermax contract extension.
Absolutely, but I think Zach LaVine know that too, and his agent know that too. So they gonna turn that extension down.
And you gotta keep in mind. Hopefully it can be us, but you gotta keep in mind on the heels of Brooklyn doing what they did. You know, as another team trying to get their ducks in the row line. We're gonna put our super team together. And I'm sure Zach
is one of the people
will be a target to throw with 2 more guys that's killers, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully it can be us that's doing it.
Absolutely. I don't want to hear no more stories about, I don't want to hear see no more articles about rumor reveal talking about they trading LaVine. No. Let's dead
that, man.
Let's dead it.
I don't know if y'all remember that Cosby Show episode when he was talking to Theo, and Theo thought he had all of it figured out. Bill was like, Theo, that is the dumbest. That's how I feel about people talking about trades. You got a guy
for what? 28
for who?
For 28 points over 50%. What are you gonna trade him to try to find another Zach?
No, it's over with.
For who? He's 25 years old.
That's your cornerstone.
Who you want?
Who you want to get? We've already traded Jimmy, and Zach is a part of that. So,
what you need to do, like Adi said, go ahead and sign him to the extension, whatever it is you got to do, and you go get somebody to come play with Zach LaVine. That's what you do. Because now the good thing, if Zach LaVine can keep this play up and we can get marketing back for the second half, and the Bulls do make the playoffs, or they at least get the 8th seed or sniff it, there's gonna be superstar players out there. Wait a minute. But Zach LaVine has been phenomenal. He's improved his play. I will admit, I wasn't always on the Zach LaVine bandwagon. I am fully on board now. I think that is our player. That's the guy we can build around. I think you get somebody else to come play with him. I mean, you look at Bradley Beal's contract is coming up. I mean, you can get another superstar, because trust me, the NBA players around, they know.
Oh,
They see what's going on.
They see.
And they like, oh, you know what? If I
And
can
we
just
got new
add my-
management, new coaches. This is not that old regime that people didn't want to be a part of.
So Zach LaVine,
And the coaching difference has been obvious.
It's so obvious.
It's been a huge difference. There's no question.
You know,
about it.
even though they're still under 500, the consistency of competitiveness night to night.
Yes.
Like I couldn't even watch them last year.
And we only got 2 new players, right?
Couldn't even watch them.
Temple
I like
and
Temple
Pat
a lot.
Williams, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else is from last year.
Yeah.
Pat Williams needs to get more aggressive though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He a young guy, and you know he's finding his way. But I would like to see him
He need a shot at that.
get more confident and aggressive.
I think
See him get pissed off.
I think Pat Williams will be better next year. I think I think next year is when you go see the evolution.
Get his gear, his
Get him into some Chicago Pro-Am
get
league.
that
Get him some
year
street
of
ball.
off season in working out and.
I see if he gets some street ball in him.
So
man.
besides Zach LaVine, Adi, what else has impressed you about the Bulls?
Well, the Bulls got one of the best benches in the NBA.
Yeah.
Okay, Thomas.
Turn of the bench mob.
Yeah, the 6'7" point guard, Thomas Satoransky.
Yeah.
The guy is number 2 amongst point guards.
Who should have been coming off the bench last year and letting Coby develop last year. But
Yeah.
He's embraced it,
He's
man.
here nor there.
This man, when he shoot the ball, is going in.
And all
That's what he
night
is.
long.
He's
coming
a
off the
career
bench,
backup
too,
point guard and he a damn good one.
Yeah, he's a good back.
Yeah,
No
very
question.
very solid, man. And I like it. If he got more shots here, he could qualify for the rare company in the 50, 40, 90 club. The dude's shooting 55% from.
I got a question.
That is a odd
Before
club.
Yeah, rare.
Who you think we can get for Thad Young?
I don't want to
Nobody.
trade.
Let's keep that.
See, I was going to talk. I don't want. Yeah, I'm.
Let's
I'm
keep
trading-
that. Keep Thad Young.
I'm not trading.
Thad Young last year, we didn't get to see the full potential of Thad Young, what he does. But this year, we're seeing Thaddeus Young is out there moving the ball. He's setting players up.
Good player.
He's coming off the bench, helping that bench. Thaddeus Young is.
I like Thaddeus Young.
I like Thaddeus
I wouldn't
Young,
keep him if it was a better, younger player available.
If it's the right trade package,
Let's be clear. Let's be very clear.
Thad
The
Johnson.
Bulls are
Stacey
not
Keene.
about to make no championship strides this year.
Right.
No.
That's true.
All right, Thad Young is very good for the guys right now with the morale on the team struggling to get to the play. But Thad Young was on the Pacers. They were better than the Bulls. I'm saying Thad Young is a good player. He's always been a good player his whole career. He's always contributed every way he's played. He just ain't never really got nobody over the hump. I think right now he's just playing good for us. He having the stretch of playing good for us. But if we can get a player, like I said, that might be able to contribute a little more, have a little more impact. I like him. I'm not saying his impact because his numbers and everything look good. I'm just saying he's the perfect kind of player that you can, trade to get some. What they get though would be the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get rid of him and get some bullshit.
Because last year was Thad's first year with the Bulls, but it was under that bad coaching, and we didn't see this out of Thad last year. I was wondering like, what he gonna do? What can you do, man?
I
But
like
now-
our young backcourt too, man. I
Yeah.
think it's still inconsistent, but Coby White is still a killer.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we overrate how old 32 really is. I mean, Thaddeus Young's 32 years old. That's not old. I mean, LeBron James and LeBron James, JJ Redick, they're 36 years old. Chris Paul's 35 years old. Paul Millsap's 35. PJ Tucker's 35. In 2025, Thaddeus Young will be 36. All right, so I think Thaddeus Young he's not like using his athleticism. I think he can contribute to the Bulls when they start getting good.
No, I agree with that, but if the right trade presents itself, because guess what? Thaddeus Young is a player contenders want.
You know what they gonna get?
Yeah,
Guess what? They trade Thaddeus Young to a contender. They gonna get the number 28 pick in the draft. So you want to trade Thaddeus Young for the number 28 pick or a second round pick?
We don't know. It could be a player. It could be a young player in that mix too.
Nah.
We don't know.
I think we ride out with Thad Young.
I
man.
think he
just
can.
For the right trade, I would do it.
He got that experience, like you say, the Pacers. He had some good years with Philly, I think, too, right? Then with Thad Young.
While we young right now, I really wouldn't strap the Bulls to too many marginal veteran players. Thad Young, you lock Thad Young in. Well, that takes away from Pat Williams.
No, I say lock him in year to year, maybe.
He signed through next year. He's on the contract.
So if he's here next year, you only give him a 1 year extension. I think we keep him on a short leash, I feel.
Okay, that's all he said.
Short
That's all he
leash,
said.
If the Lakers saying shit, we want to get a little bigger. Shit, we'll take that, y'all. What y'all want? Kuzma or some shit or something like, you know. I mean,
They not gonna give us Kuzma.
The boy from Simeon, they want to get
Tyler Thornton.
the man from Simeon. Yeah. They got the three names. Horton Tucker.
Well, we'll see. Well,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's gonna happen? I just think he's an asset right now at this point, and they don't have many assets that you gonna get something really good for. He's one of our better trades.
he could be one of the players that helped get Zach LaVine a co-star.
Right.
Now if that happens, then
That's what I look at.
Somebody might fall for a sad marketing package and give us something.
and window. I would throw window in that package.
So we'll see. We'll see. One thing about the Bulls, that we've all mentioned, they are competitive this year, and that's what we all like to see. They're not just getting blown out. They are fighting in these games.
Is Kevin Love's career over?
Where the hell is he?
He hurt. He been hurt. He been hurt.
He's marketing it.
What team does he play on?
He's still with Cleveland.
LeBron left him behind and never went back for him. LeBron saying, "Good luck."
So what if Cleveland say, "Hey man, we'll take Wendell, Markkanen, and
He only got to
and
Cleveland
Thad
because of LeBron.
for Drummond and
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love."
I might do that.
He only got there because of LeBron.
I might do that.
And now he's stuck.
Did you say marketing?
Yeah.
No, I'm not trading marketing.
We'll get to that. Hey, I wonder if the Bulls gonna make the playoffs. But before we decide we gonna predict if the Bulls make the playoffs or not, Adi, explain the playoff for us again.
Yeah, so the new play-in tournament is going on. So the top 6 teams, the top 6 seeds at the end of the season, they automatically in the playoffs. They don't got to worry about no play-in tournament. So in the play-in tournament, the 7th seed plays the 8th seed. The winner of that game is the 7th seed. The loser of that game plays the winner between the 9th and the 10th seed. And the winner of that game becomes the 8th seed. That's the play-in tournament, okay? Now, the Chicago Bulls. Now, the only good team the Bulls beat this year is the Portland Trailblazers, all right?
That's true.
Yes,
That is true.
Yes, and so...
Dallas Mavericks ain't.
Well, they didn't have, and the Mavericks actually are being disappointed. They're like the 9th seed in the West. They're, and Porzingis been hurt a lot, and so, now...
They had Luka one game, the Bulls did.
They did.
They did.
But the Bulls, after the All-Star break, their schedule gets very difficult, okay? They have to play against Philadelphia in the month of March. They got to play against Philadelphia 76ers, the Miami Heat, the Denver Nuggets, the Utah Jazz, the Golden State Warriors, and the San Antonio Spurs twice, okay? Now, the Bulls have been getting away with their sloppy and reckless play against bad and mediocre teams, but when they played Phoenix last week, the Suns made them face the consequences. Zach LaVine and Coby White had some costly turnovers in the clutch moments against the Phoenix Suns. Both of them combined for 8 turnovers in that game. They had only a combined 8 assists in that game, and they had the lead in the third quarter, but they kept turning the ball over, ended up losing that game against the Phoenix Suns, okay? And so the Bulls lead the NBA in turnovers per game. They're the worst team in taking care of the ball, all right? And also, the Bulls, Billy Donovan has to resort to this ineffective small ball lineups because Wendell Carter Jr. seems like he can't get right. And so here's what's going on. I've got, in the playoffs, I got the Brooklyn Nets, I've got the Milwaukee Bucks, I got the Philadelphia 76ers. The Miami Heat is creeping on to come up in the standings. You have the Celtics. Mark Smart will be healthy in the second half of the season. And then as the 6th seed, I got the Indiana Pacers. They're going to get Kyrus LeVert and they're going to get TJ Warren back and healthy in the second half of the season. 7th seed, I got the Toronto Raptors, and Tom Thibodeau is trying to get Coach of the Year, the New York Knicks as the 8th seed. I don't get the Bulls making the playoffs. I don't got them making it.
Ooh. Yes, I mean, that's all valid. James, what about you? Bulls gonna make the playoffs?
Yes, sir.
Are you sticking with it?
Yes, sir. I'm sticking with it, and I'm gonna stand by it 100%. Like my man said in that Blue Magic, Denzel said, "This is my product. I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna stand by the Bulls. They are doing what I said they would do, is get better as the season goes along. Billy Donovan and that coaching staff is definitely paying attention to the turnovers. They are paying attention to that inside presence, which is why we have been seeing." I don't know his name, but tall white guy.
He shoot threes.
But they must get him down low and work him down low and find a way before that trade deadline to pick up a down low presence. or get Wendell Carter, as you say, you can't get right, get him to get right. Because he is a big body that can be down low. So if they can cover those two things with the turnovers and get the down low presence, the Bulls are like 4 or 5 game winning streak away from being in that 4th to 6th seed simply because the way the East is stacked up.
Yeah.
They had won like a good 5 out of 6 games, and then all of a sudden they was the 6th seed. So if we can, against these good teams and tough teams like you talked about in the month of March, that's gonna make or break them. And I feel like it's only gonna help them with that experience and gonna get them better. Once they can beat that first good team and get that know-how and know how to do it, it's gonna start a domino effect. And I feel like the Bulls will fall into that play-in tournament. If they don't fall into the top 7, they'll fall into that play-in. And I feel them getting, if it's a one-game situation with that play-in tournament, that one-game situation, Zach LaVine can go crazy. Marketing can be back healthy. Coaching is better. We can get through a one-game situation, I feel, against who would that one game maybe be against?
It could be the Knicks. It could be Toronto.
It could be Toronto.
It could be Atlanta Hawks.
Atlanta Hawks. Okay. I feel that they can beat those teams. I feel like they can beat those teams in a one-game situation as they get better as the season goes on. So I got the Bulls. I want to give them the extra push and say they'll make it within that top 6. They'll make it in that top 6. Hey, they thought I was crazy before when I said they're going to make it in the play-in. They were just a 6th seed 3 days ago. Without their full team, there was a 6th seed.
But you leaving out, they're getting Lauri Markkanen back.
They will get Lauri Markkanen back.
Otto Porter Jr.
All night long will come back. Wendell Carter Jr. is just a good practice. Who can we get to come in? Kevin Garnett. Can we get somebody to come in and just?
He's just not big enough. He's an undersized center. He's 16.
Undersized center, but if you play tough, like Dennis Rodman was an undersized power forward. He was 6'8" listed.
Dennis Rodman was crazy. He was a crazy nut.
You gotta get crazy, you gotta get aggressive. And Wendell Carter can get crazy and aggressive, act like he wants that ball like this last and everything. I say the Bulls will get into that top 6. If they don't get into that top 6, I feel they will win that one-game play-in and they will be in the playoffs. I say the Bulls in the playoffs.
Bird, what you think? The Bulls gonna make the playoffs?
I mean, as a fan, I would like to see them make it, but I don't know if I got so much confidence in them when I see how some unexpected teams have played a lot better, like some team like a team like Charlotte's and the Hawks haven't played up to expectations, but I fear just like the Bulls, I expect the Bulls to have a better second half of the season. It's looking like teams like the Wizards gonna have a better second half of the season. I just feel like ultimately when it comes down to it in the playoff scenarios, you got teams that are a little deeper, or just, like Jimmy said, the Bulls can beat these teams, but it all depends on what that defense is looking like around that time and what that help is looking like. Like if it's just Zach LaVine getting 30 and it has to be more of a collective effort. If you get more of a collective effort where somebody else is stepping up on a consistent level,
Lauri Markkanen,
then it's possible. It's so many ifs though, you know what I'm saying? So
if he can stay
we'll see, because like I said, we got teams like the Raptors. Right now the Bulls is, I think, above the Heat in the standings.
No, the Heat passed him.
He just passed him. But the East is so,
Well, these teams gonna kind of come into form as well. So I mean, that top 6, I really don't see that.
No.
But
top 6.
Huh? I mean, but the Knicks in the 4th seed right now.
Top 6.
Yeah, I see the top 6. If you look at it right now, they are a game and a half from the 6th seed.
They're not gonna get
I
top
think
6.
Teams like I said, the Heat and the Celtics is gonna get their shit together more,
and the Pacers
gonna fill out. So the top 2 is already. So that's
top 3 is already figured out. Milwaukee,
right?
Brooklyn,
that's already.
Philly.
So now 4 and 5 when the Heat and the Celtics get their shit together.
Yeah, that's
because they way better than the other teams. Then Toronto can get their shit together.
And you forgetting about Indiana Pacers.
And the Pacers.
So that's 7 teams.
who all have potential to. They on track already to just be. They already playoff teams, and I think so. That's why I say it's going to be hard for
New York
for the
Knicks are
Bulls.
really over. They the most improved team in the East right now.
Oh,
New York Knicks.
all right. We don't know what they. I'm expecting the teams that I named.
They are
to
good.
have a
They a good
turnaround.
team that we beat.
Yeah.
I'm expecting the Celtics,
We didn't beat the Knicks.
the Heat, and the Pacers to have a consistent turnaround. If they don't, you know what I'm saying, now it might not happen, but I'm expecting that. As a Rose fan, of course I want to see the Knicks get in there somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to see them lock up one of them top 4 seeds. That way the Bulls ain't got to play them to get in, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. But, I mean, it's so many ifs with the Bulls right now. I like where we are regardless.
Yeah.
If they make the playoffs or not, I know they're going to be in the hunt for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they definitely going to at least be in that play-in game scenario. I'm just not so confident with they lack of defense. And let's just be real, with they luck sometimes at the end of games.
Yeah.
If they could just...
It's all that hustle points, hustle ball.
I think we had bad luck actually at the end of games with the Warriors when they hit that last second shot on us. That dude, Lee,
Dame Lillard.
and Dame Lillard hit the game-winning shot. Like we had some bad luck.
Yeah, but you gotta make that luck too.
How many turnovers did they have prior to those
that
shots?
jump ball?
It's things you could do during the
saw
game.
that dunk I just showed you? Zach LaVine loses a jump ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After the dunk I just showed you, he should never lose no goddamn jump ball.
Nah.
So that, you know what I'm saying? So the luck happened after the guaranteed. Zach, if it's any time to go ahead and use your ops, go ahead and get the jump ball.
Right.
He, you know what I'm saying? Now the game's not over.
Nah, that's
Especially with Dame Lillard on the damn court.
nah, that's real. So that's real. So Bird makes a good point. I can't say the Bulls because their interior defense is just not good enough. It's just not until they have some improvement on the inside defense. I cannot put them in the playoff hunt. I cannot
to improve on Mr. Window.
Yeah, it's just what it is. Teams are going. Listen, they played 33 games now, besides the game they're playing right now, and teams are going to start noticing trends. And what's going to happen in the second half of the season is Zach LaVine is going to start seeing more double teams. If Market is not playing, if he's not able to stay healthy. They're gonna make Pat Williams shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Coby White, they're gonna make him be a playmaker. We gotta figure that out. So teams are now gonna make adjustments because it's going down the stretch run. They're going down the stretch run, and every team in the NBA knows the Bulls are weak inside. They cannot guard nobody inside. Their post-present defense, they don't have many.
Not even us right here at this table.
They have no shot blockers. Wendell Carter, who came in the league as one of his calling cards was defense. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Who the hell was he stopping at?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Man.
I don't see it.
I didn't pay much attention to him at Duke.
He was with Marvin Bagley the third.
I mean, both
This
of them.
was the excuse.
Yeah.
He's playing behind these 5-star players, so he really was just playing his role. That was always bullshit to me. If you a killer, you're gonna see it, right?
Yeah.
Now, Pat Williams came off the bench, but it was still something. I mean,
It was something there.
it's something that it ain't like Wendell can't play, But right now we as fans of the Bulls, we in a place where we want to see the Bulls' trajectory a little further along, and we've seen this dance before, man. Them getting power forwards that have a fucking low ceiling. I mean, we've seen it. I mean,
I don't see the potential in Wendell Carter. So until they fix that interior defense, I'm not saying they got to be the best interior defense in the league,
But just be better than what they are.
It has to be
You gotta
better.
mention Daniel Gafford.
What the hell is he
He been on the bench. I think because he can't shoot. Because Luke Cornett has been coming in from Wendell.
But see, what I do like about Gafford,
back in there, man.
what I do like about Gafford, you can throw him an alley-oop, he'll go get it.
He'll dunk it.
He'll go get it. Wendell Carter can't catch the ball.
Yeah, he can't.
And he can't elevate like
You
that.
want to see him catch hoops and play.
Yeah.
Gafford will dunk it very hard too.
If he gets the ball by the rim, he puts the ball down, and then all of a sudden the defense is all over him. It's just something missing with Wiggins. It's something is not right.
Man, since this is a wishful year for Chicago sports, and we're in a wishful
Not the Sox
place.
though. We good.
We're in a wishful place. It's like I'm wishing the Bears do something to get at least Wilson or Watson. I'm gonna wish on Cat coming to the Bulls, man, because
That'll be next year.
that's
This
the
year.
one star. No, it ain't gonna be this year, but that's the one star player that I know gonna be ready to win for damn sure, and that I can see looking. And his
And what's
homeboy,
the trend? Friends get your friends.
I
You
can
don't
see
play with
he's
you.
looking at his
Yeah.
homeboy ascend to this other level. And like, shit, I can go over there. All they need is me. If Cat felt like all they need is me for the Bulls, Santa, this is just me wishing.
No. I mean, that's
Basketball.
Yeah,
Hey, James Harden said, I want to go play with the Nets. He said that, and they made it happen. Anthony Davis said, I want to go play with the Lakers.
He just did
He
the-
said it, and they made it
Before
happen.
some other team, like
Yeah,
with
you
Chicago,
gotta say it. You gotta
we
say
done
it.
seen the LA's and Boston's and the Golden States
Yeah.
and the Brooklyn, even New York and Brooklyn. We done seen everybody go out and put together they motherfucking super team.
What's your final thoughts on the second half of the season? What are you looking to see during the stretch run if they're not going to make the playoffs? What do you want to see?
Well, we've been talking Bulls for about 45, 50 minutes, almost an hour, and we ain't talking about the point guard position, the Coby Whiteness.
Yeah.
He getting better.
The Kobe, you know.
This is only year 2. He's actually should be, what, a junior in college now?
Yeah, this is year 2. This first year starting.
first year started, first year under good coach.
Do you really believe it? Believe
I
in him
believe
as
in
a point
Kobe.
guard?
I believe in Kobe as a point guard. I
Or
believe
is he Lou Williams?
Nah, Kobe will be a good solid point guard.
Jamal Crawford?
As he's coached better, I think Kobe will be a good solid point guard.
So you don't think the Bulls need another point guard? You don't think they can upgrade that point guard position at all?
I think, well, for right now, how can you do it?
I'm just saying, if the opportunity presents itself to get a true point guard, you wouldn't
If the
upgrade that
opportunity
position.
presents itself, I wish we could have got D Rose to help.
What
Kobe
is a
White.
true point guard?
In today's game, the point guard must be a scorer.
No, that's not true. Like
In
Ben
today's game,
Simmons, LaMelo
Ben
Ball,
Simmons
Malcolm
is a
Brogdon.
But LaMelo Ball
they
is-
get pass first people.
But they are
They
LaMelo
pass-
Ball
They
will be
great
a
passes,
scorer.
but none of them do.
You have to be able to
average
score.
under 15 points.
Exactly. You
Ben
got to be
Simmons
able to
averaged
score.
under 15 points a game.
That's because he can't shoot.
But
That's because he can't shoot. But if he could shoot, he would average more.
There's some pass first point guards out there.
So what's your
Not
point?
that many.
So what's your point?
I'm just
about the
saying.
point guard?
I want to see, like you said, what you want to see. I want to see what's up with Coby White. I want to see if he going to establish himself as a point guard. Because the Bulls are the worst team in turnovers. Okay, I see Chris Paul go to the Phoenix Suns. They lead the league in assist to turnover ratio and assists per possession and assists per game and all that. All of a sudden, they toppers in the league of that. And so I want to see. And the Bulls are the bottom of the league of all of that stuff. So I want to see our assist turnover
And
ratio.
can we get
increase.
Rondo back?
And we turning them all over.
No.
Like I see my man Kobe going to the hole and going to get 7-footers, forcing a shot up. You know, you go to the hole and the 7-footer jump at you, throw it to your power forward center so he can.
But they keep dropping the ball.
That
We don't
goes
keep
with
dropping the
learning.
ball.
He's a second year point guard in the NBA.
First year under good coaching.
First year really getting a really play.
He never had no
So
coaching. Right.
he's learning, you know what I'm saying? And at this point, who you gonna get that's better?
Yeah.
Or who you gonna get that's really gonna
What's a better option?
I'm gonna tell you what they do. I'm gonna tell you what Billy Donovan has done because he's seen.
He had
struggle
Chris
with him.
Paul.
What he does is he puts Coby White at shooting guard and Saturansky at point guard.
Yep.
He plays them both. If you
Yeah.
check out the game, you see them both in the game at the same time. Then
I
you
can
put
see that.
LaVine at small forward. So don't be surprised to see LaVine, Coby White, and Saturansky in there because Saturansky got a very efficient 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio this season. So they will do some of that.
I trust our coaching staff, man.
They will do some.
I haven't been able to say that in years, but I trust our coaching staff that we have now. Billy Donovan, they showing Bulls are in games better than we've ever seen them since the T.I.M.E era.
They got a lot of clutch
They got a lot of clutch games,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm seeing them as they work all these bad habits out. They're gonna get better.
They're growing, and what we all want to see, I think we all said at the beginning of the season, we just want to see them competitive, and that's
in the
one
playoffs.
thing they are is competitive. So they're 15-18 right now.
Yeah.
They're in the mix.
They're playing the Pelicans right
They're
now.
playing the Pelicans right now, but they're in the
And they're
mix.
actually winning right now against the
So it's finally good, even though it ain't the playoffs. Just we are going to watch meaningful Bulls games for the second half of the season. I can't remember the last time, so that is great. So that is a very good thing. I want to thank Jimmy. I want to thank Bird for coming on the show and talking about the Bulls. I'm Zach Rose, along with my partner in crime, Mr. Adi Wiley. Until the next time, in between time, make sure you go subscribe to that YouTube page, Spectator Sporting. We out. Peace.